What's happening, people? Liverpool Prophet back again with more news, Liverpool related, of course. You know the drill. Look, we have quite a bit to talk about still. So without further ado, why don't we get into it? Liverpool related news, of course. Obviously, we have finally moved a certain someone on in the centre back position, which was pretty much nailed on tap, and since the rumours came out, I wanted to touch a bit on uh, our Gravenberch situation because I found something very interesting out today, and I wanted to touch a bit on the striking position still because I feel like something certain rumours have gone a bit dead, and I'm not too happy about them. But guys, all Liverpool related stuff right here. The Prophet is here to deliver. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So here we go, and Jarell Quansha to by Leverkusen has happened. It was literally, I woke up, clicked my phone and I saw the here we go on social. So good luck to Jarell Quansha, man. I mean, look, what can I say, man? He wasn't a great player for Liverpool. I mean, he's average at best in my opinion, but look, no ill feelings towards him. He hasn't left in a disrespectful manner or nothing. So good luck to him at Bayer Leverkusen. He's going to be playing under Eric Ten Hag, so good luck to you, mate, playing under Eric Ten Hag. We'll see where his career goes, and hopefully he can do well for them. He can be a good player for them, but just wasn't meant to be at Liverpool, just wasn't cut out for the Liverpool gig, wasn't good enough to play for Liverpool. So good luck to Quansha at Leverkusen. I do hope he does well. But look, I'm very happy he's moved on. I'm very happy. A lot of people know that I have not rated Jarell Quansha. I don't particularly rate him as a centre back. Always felt that he was very upgradable, and now it looks like we are going to be upgrading him at last. So it's good news to him. It's good news for the club. As for the centre back situation, there's still talks about Mark Guehi, but like I said, he wants to be guaranteed to be a starter now. I had a little think about this last night. With the Konate situation, obviously, I'm not gonna lie, it's scaring the crap out of me that Konate situation is. When we see what happened with the right back who left for Madrid, we don't want Konate's head to get turned and Madrid to start tapping him up behind the scenes again. So either we give Konate that new deal, or we sell him and get money for him, because we cannot let the guy leave on a free. We need to learn from these mistakes, man. We can't have another season where contract situations are just going to destroy the season, going to take the sign of us. This season we won the league. We had the Salah contract situation going on. We had the Van Dijk contract situation going on. We had the you-know-who situation going on. So it took sign off the Premier League win because we were worrying about are these not going to stay, are these not going to go. Now we got resolved in the end, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worrying in the background when we were, top of the league and, when we should have been celebrating. I'd be lying if I wasn't worried about the contract situation. So I don't want another season of that next season. I want to go into the season relaxed and be able to enjoy it properly. So whatever the club are going to do with Konate, get it done. Please, please don't let the contract run down and us to be in the same situation next summer with him. But I did think about this last night. Obviously with Konate, potentially, we don't know what's going to happen, whether he'll get a new deal or whether he doesn't get a new deal. Hypothetically, say Konate doesn't want a new deal, and he refuses to be sold. Say hypothetically, Konate doesn't want a new deal. Say hypothetically he doesn't want a new deal. Konate doesn't want a new deal. Say Konate doesn't sign a new deal, and let's say we sign Guehi, and Guehi obviously wants to be a starter. Now, the best bet would be is to not play Konate at all. If he's told the club he wants to leave, if he has no interest in playing, we cannot play him at all. If he wants to leave, he rides bench for the whole season and he gets sold in the summer. That way, Guehi can play as a number one. He can, Konate would be benched, and Guehi could play next to Virgil van Dijk. So that is one way Guehi could be a starter. Obviously, if Konate wants to stay and all of that, Konate has to start next to Van Dijk, obviously. So, interestingly, there is a way I feel Guehi could be a number one starter, but it all depends on the Konate situation for me, whether Konate wants to stay or go. So, yeah, it all depends on that situation for me, whether Guehi is a number one starter or whether he's a squad player for now. So that's an interesting one. We'll see where that one goes. As for the midfield, I saw a stat today, and I didn't realise this, but I think it's an absolutely stupid and ludicrous thing to do. Apparently, Ryan Gravenberch, because he got a red card in the last game of a season against Crystal Palace, that 3-game match ban is going to go into next season, meaning we're going to not have Ryan Gravenberch for the Bournemouth game at home, for the Newcastle game away, and for the... Who are we playing third game of the season? For the Arsenal game at home. Oh my, that is so stupid. I can't believe that. How are you going to have a suspension from last season carrying on to this season? I don't know if it's a new rule because I don't remember that happening this season. But we're going to miss Gravenberch in that DM position for at least 3 games. And 2 of them are Newcastle and Arsenal. So that's going to be a big miss. So if that is an incentive for the club to go out and get a DM, I know it's not an important position. But we see Gravenberch is going to be missing now for the first 3 games. That should be incentive for the club to go out there and say, okay, so we won't have Gravenberch for the first 3 games. Let's go get a DM who could cover Gravenberch for, in the market. Let's go out into the market, get a DM who can cover Gravenberch for them 3 games. I like Endo, but come on, man. We can't be playing Endo against Newcastle and Arsenal. There's no one else we can really play there, unfortunately. So either the club are going to risk it and go, okay, we play Endo there, or Slot will just go and say, right, I need a DM as well. Now that Gravenberch will be unavailable, because them Arsenal and Newcastle games are very, very, very pivotal. And him being missing for them 3 games, it's going to be a big, big, big loss for us, unfortunately. So the club need to really, in my opinion, go and get a DM now. I had no idea about this stupid little rule that they've got until today, and it's just for me made clear that we need to go out into the market this summer, and go and get a DM now. Because Gravenberch is going to be a big miss for 3 games. So, yeah. As for the striker situation, it's not looking too great. It looks like the Isak stuff has fallen on its backside. Rumours have gone quiet. I've seen the fee that he's potentially going to be up for. Come on, we are not going to be paying that much money for Isak. As much as I would love Alexander Isak to be a Liverpool player, to be our number 1 striker, there's no chance that Liverpool are going to pay that money. I said before, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a small chance that Liverpool will go out there and break the transfer record again for the 2nd time. We did it with Wirtz. Maybe there was a small possibility. I believe we could go do it for Isak, but there's no chance we're going to pay that much money. It's a ridiculous amount of money to pay. A very, very, very ridiculous amount. I don't see Liverpool doing it. So I don't see Isak joining, unfortunately. And I kind of expected that too. I expected Isak to stay at Newcastle this summer. There's no reason for him to leave. He's playing Champions League football next season. So I think next summer Isak will potentially be moving on. But I think as for us, it means we're probably going to have to look at a striker now from, one of the different strikers in the market. Maybe Hugo Ekitike is still there. Honestly, it's an interesting one. It's very interesting. Obviously, Isak would have been the number 1 choice, of course, but now that Isak is looking unlikely, who could we go out there and get really that's proven now? Arsenal situation it's just an interesting one. I'm seeing they want Sesko. I'm seeing they want Gyökeres. I don't know who they're going to go for out of those 2, but, Gyökeres is a good option for us, I feel. Osimhen is a good option for us as well. I think them 2 for me would be standout candidates for the striking position. Gyökeres maybe less so than Osimhen, because Gyökeres, with what happened with Darwin, who came from the Portuguese League 2, and we saw how that ended up for him. I'm probably less keen on Gyökeres, whereas Osimhen, I feel he played the Champions League football with Naples, so he's kind of a bit more proven, dare I say, in the Champions League, because he's done it at the higher stage. So Osimhen would be my pick, but it looks like we are probably going to be targeting Hugo Ekitike, and I'm not going to be honest, it's not a name that fills me with a lot of excitement. Hugo Ekitike being Liverpool's number 1 striker, it's not a name that fills me with confidence. I've got to be honest. I think he's young, unproven, and experienced, all of it, but I could very well get proven wrong on that. He could turn out to be a monster, but it's not a name that fills me with confidence. I've got to be totally honest. It's not a name that fills me with confidence, unfortunately. But we'll see where it goes with the striker situation. I hope that you know, we could make him move for Osimhen, but I'm not seeing links to him. The links are either Isak, which is unlikely, of course, and Hugo Kitike. So, yeah, man, whatever happens with that. I mean, we could not sign a striker, but that would be very, very detrimental. If we go on to lose the league next season, and it's because our forward line couldn't score enough goals, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem because we're going to look back and think, we didn't get a striker in the window. That is what cost us. We didn't get them goals that we needed in crucial moments. So, if we are going to get a striker, Jota is going to have to step up big time. He's going to have a season where he's injury-free. He's going to have a season where he's scoring non-stop. And I just don't feel Diego Jota has that in him. There's nothing he's done in his couple seasons at Liverpool that's made me think, okay, he can go a whole season without being injured. You know, he can usually only go maybe a month or so without picking up a knock. So there is nothing that I can see in Jota's game that I look at and think he can stay injury-free, he can be the main man. He's going to have to, if he's going to do that, he's going to have to step up big time. Big time. And he's going to have to really have a monster of a season. And I don't think Diego Jota personally has that type of a mentality in him. I think he's more better as a impact player off the bench, as a sub. I think as a starting striker, is he him? No, he's not him, unfortunately. Off the bench, Jota, of course, is very, very impactful. But as a starter, I feel he's less impactful. So we have to get a striker, in my opinion. And we'll see where that goes with the striker situation. We'll definitely see where it goes. It'll be very interesting to see who we get in. Now, of course, that is it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do my best as usual. I mean, I'll be back with more Liverpool-related content soon, very, very soon. So remember, like, subscribe, comment, show some love to the channel, guys. Liverpool Prophet. Peace out. Up the Reds. Let's go.